I want to welcome you to Inspired Parenting Presents. And we've had so many wonderful and interesting people, and today is no exception. We have Kristies Projects, producer of Songlines Entertainment. And one of the things, I got a chance to talk to her earlier, and just a fascinating storyteller, a fascinating filmmaker, historian. I think those are the ingredients. You got to be, first of all, you got to be a great storyteller in order to create films. And we're going to learn about some of these wonderful films that she's working on. So welcome.
Thank you.
And what inspired you to be a filmmaker, producer? What inspired you to create and tell stories?
I originally came to Los Angeles to go to acting school. I had been studying at the Royal Academy of Dance, got my diploma in classical ballet, went into musical theater, and it really got me falling in love with the whole entertainment, being on stage, doing musical medium. So I came down here and I did a 3-year acting program. And one day one of my teachers said to me, well, why don't you work at my production company? And I had so much fun, and I really fell in love with producing films. And a few years ago I was working on several features through the production company, and one of them was about these super psychic children that can teleport and do telekinesis. It was kind of like, we call it Harry Potter meets the Bourne Supremacy meets Heroes. And my idea was to produce a documentary that was telling stories about children that are being born right now that are really making a change in this world. And that was where the idea of the Children of the Rainbow series was born.
Oh, wow. Give me some background on Songlines, and tell me, what is the purpose behind its name? What's its mission? What are you trying to accomplish with Songlines?
Well, the Songlines is the Aborigines in Australia that would walk their songline. A songline is a certain pattern, a certain inspiration, a certain path. It's kind of like this inner resonance that takes you from one place to the next. It's because they don't have a GPS as they go on their walkabouts, it's kind of they have to listen within in order to find their way across vast distances, and that is what is called a songline. It's that inner GPS that takes you to your destination. And I believe that we all have a songline within ourselves that is kind of our most, like our deepest dreams, our deepest desires of what we want to bring out into this world. And that is what inspired the name Songlines. So the films that we make are films that are calling for action, that are wanting to inspire people to find that songline within themselves so they can shine their light into the world.
I understand you're working on a couple of interesting projects. Can you just talk about what are some of the things you're doing?
The main thing we've been working on is a series called The Children of the Rainbow. It's a documentary series that we started. We went into development in 2011, and we filmed the first episode in 2012. There's about 10-12 episodes per season, and we just wrapped season 3 today. The filming for it.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And that series is about how can we as a society, as parents, as educators, therapists, anybody, what can we do for our children to help them thrive, to find their most beautiful self and bring that forth into the world.
What touches you most about this film, and why is it important?
I have seen so many people around me, no matter if it's friends, family members, or people that I just heard of whose children were, and I'm going to use the word labeled on purpose, that were labeled with ADD, ADHD, attention deficit disorders, social behavioral disorders, all these orders that have been created that are putting children into a box. And I honestly have to say that I don't believe in these labels. And that when a child is being labeled with, let's say, a hyperactivity disorder, maybe there's something else that we need to do in order that we're being shown through that child's behavior. And there's actually a very interesting story. I had a friend whose daughter was 18 months old, and she was labeled with social behavioral disorder. She was in a kindergarten, preschool setting, and there were a lot of kids. There were about 30 children in the class. And she would sit in the corner by herself, not wanting to play with the other children. And my friend came to me and she said, something is wrong with my daughter. The school psychiatrist said she has social behavioral disorder. And I said, your child does not have social behavioral disorder. Your child is just super hypersensitive.
Beautiful. For all of our parents that are viewing this IP special, why is it important that the beholder, the one who is seeing, why is that important that we begin to see correctly? And when I say correctly, we see beyond the appearance. Why is that important? Just like you recognize something in that little girl. Why is that important?
I'm gonna share a short story with you. There's a Native American story about the son saying to his father, "Father, there's two wolves fighting within me. One is called fear and one is called hope. Which one wins?" And the father says, "Whoever you pay attention to." And I think this is within our children too. What is the thing that we want to nurture in our children? Do we want to nurture the gifts, the talents, the joy, the light that they have, or do we want to imprint them with what I would just simply call negativity?
Beautiful. We were sharing early, offset, how you really can't rise to low expectations. And I think that's so important for the parent, for the teacher, anyone who's working with young people, to begin to see the best and the brightest. And like you said, that will come forth. One of my mottos is to draw the greatest within each child.
When we hear people saying, "Oh my goodness, I watched your episode. This was me as a child. I wish I had that information when I was a kid, or my parents had that information." Or "I'm a mother, and whatever you were talking about in the show actually helped me help my child." And it's so rewarding because, I mean, ultimately the children are our future. And the way we raise our children, the way we educate our children can change the world.
Well, there you have it. We have Kristies Reeves, and the more I talk to her, the more I am excited. There's hope. I hear people say, well, there's nothing good at the theaters, but you just hold on to your hats, because we have Songlines Entertainment created by Kristies Reeves, and if you just look at some of the work, there's hope for us, again, starting with our young people. So I'm excited about the work that she's doing, and I just wanted to encourage you to go to her website, to follow her. Are you on Twitter also?
I am on Twitter, yes.
Yes.
Kristies Reeves.
Follow her, and just, again, you'll see an opportunity that some really great, creative, powerful work that's coming real soon. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you.